And we're back with the second part of this Olfactive Studio tier list. This time for the Extrait Collection. All the extraits come in these nifty bottles. This one was gifted. And let's go. We first start with Chypre Shot. Chypre Shot was created by Bertrand Duchaufour, and the title says it all. It's a Chypre. It's a Neo-chypre, so it's a bit different from the traditional ones that used to come with a ton of oak moss and everything. But it's still very fruity. It's definitely boozy and has a lot of coffee as well. It's spicy. You will smell the cardamom in it. And it's very interesting, especially if you want to have that long-lasting cardamom note. This one goes to B. We then move to Iris Shot from Dominique Ropion. It's a very interesting spicy opening as well. This time it has a little bit of carrot. Carrot is often a note that you will find in good iris fragrances. It comes either from the natural orris extract or it's added to create the accord using carrot seed absolute. And there is also the sparkle of a few aldehydes in this. It's almost edible because the almond in the mid is very good at working with the powdery iris. But what I really don't like is the dry down, which is a letdown compared to the top and the mid. It's a bit boring in comparison, which is a bit sad, you know, because it could have been so much better. Moving to Leather Shot. Leather Shot was created by Bertrand Duchaufour. So you will see that two perfumers made most of the releases except one. And Leather Shot, it's for the ones who like the sweaty cumin because it does have a lot of that cumin, especially in the opening. Then it dries down to a very soft leather. I know some people call it very animalic, but I think it's only from the cumin because the reality is that the rest of the leather, iris, and tea accord are actually very simple. They work together pretty well, and it does have a pretty sillage. It's another of those smells that smells better from afar, so people will like it more on you than you on yourself, most probably. But I think it could have a little bit more personality, so this will go to a B. Rose Shot from Dominique Ropion. As I said, we are juggling with two perfumers. This is green, spicy, and watery rose. It's definitely also a ship, interestingly. It has that ship treatment that makes you feel like one of those slightly vintage fragrances. But it's definitely, for me, a grown-up Toy Boy from Moschino. So if you don't like Moschino from Toy Boy, you might not like this. It's long-lasting and fresh. I really enjoy it, especially if you want a rose made for like the hot weather. It looks perfect for this. So this, for me, would be an A. And then we move to Smoky Soul from Marc-Antoine Corticchiato. This is my favorite from the bunch, which is why I received this bottle. It's an Osmanthus and tea fragrance. It's very smoky. The name says it all. It's if you like Marc-Antoine Corticchiato's style, it definitely, like, all the markers are here. The heavy emphasis on great naturals is here. It's a very good fragrance if you want like a black tea fragrance with a very woody and interesting dry down as well, like no notes, perfection. And of course Osmanthus will bring that apricot shine. This goes to S as expected. And surprisingly, the last fragrance of the collection, I don't have a sample of the vanilla shot, so it's Violet Shot from Dominique Ropion, and we're finishing with a great violet, because this one, I feel not enough people talk about it. I know a few aficionados do, but the reality is that this is one of the best fragrances on the market if you're looking for something that's very ambery with a violet effect. It's violet and violet leaves. You smell both of them. It creates also a licorice effect, I think, due to some of the resins, probably labdanum actually, and safralein, which is a saffron aroma chemical, brings its herbal leathery notes to the composition, making it a very good, classy fragrance in my opinion, and it might even be better than Tuxedo, which for me is the reference for this style of fragrance. So what do you think? This goes to S for me. Don't hesitate to comment about which ones you like best, and stay tuned for more fragrance reviews.